Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Deja B. I want to say thank you to my subscribers, and those that have been watching. Today I will be sharing 5 haunted stories that I have found about churches, that was posted on grunge.com, by William J. Wright. And like always, I will try to post new content 1 to 2 times a week. So, if you're a fan of creepy, scary and history stories, I believe I have it here. With all that said, sit back, relax, and stay away from those dark corners. Thank you.
In the quiet town of western New York, a relatively new construction held a dark secret. Amherst Synagogue, built in the 1980s, was a witness to chilling paranormal activity. This eerie tale, chronicled in Chris Gethart's Weird New York, unfolded on the grounds saturated with innocent blood. Legend whispered that the very land on which the synagogue stood had once been the sinister dumping ground of a sadistic murderer. The wooded area, now home to the structure, bore witness to a gruesome past. As if haunted by the lingering spirits of the unalive children, the construction itself became a stage for tragedy. 3 men lost their lives when a wall collapsed during the building's creation. Believers claimed it was the vengeful act of the ghostly children, angered by the disturbance of their final resting place. Other whispers suggested a different origin for the haunting. Some argued that the unsettling occurrences traced back to the possibility that the area was once sacred Native American land. Regardless of the source, the haunting at Amherst Synagogue struck terror into even the hearts of seasoned paranormal investigators and skeptics turned believers. Despite the rather mundane 80s architecture of the building, which appeared mostly devoid of activity save for the occasional glimpse of ghostly faces in the windows, the real epicenter of the eerie happenings lay in the densely wooded lot and overgrown field behind the synagogue. It was here that phantom children were said to rise from the ground, and a wild-eyed, ax-wielding man, a specter of terror, was rumored to pursue trespassers. Amidst the quiet exterior of Amherst Synagogue, a chilling tale unfolded, where the past clung to the present, and the supernatural seeped into the realm of the living. The ghostly children and their haunted legacy continued to cast a spectral shadow over the once-hallowed grounds, leaving those who dared to explore the dark corners of the synagogue with a bone-chilling encounter with the unknown. In the heart of Brooklyn's East Williamsburg, Most Holy Trinity Church stood tall as a testament to time, its history echoing through the ages. Originally erected in 1841 by Father John Stephen Raffiner to welcome waves of Catholic German immigrants, the church underwent transformations, evolving into the twin-spired edifice that now graced the neighborhood. For almost 2 centuries, the church thrived, nurturing a devoted congregation and becoming one of Brooklyn's oldest parishes. Amidst the echoes of prayers and the solemn hymns, Most Holy Trinity harbored its own secrets, hidden within the sacred walls. Founded on fellowship and faith, the revered house of worship bore witness to a darker side of its past. Adjacent to the church, its school was erected on ground that once cradled a cemetery. As the church's website revealed, the bodies were said to have been relocated, but legend hinted at a different truth. Within the hallowed halls, witnesses spoke of phantom footsteps and mysterious voices resonating through the building. Inexplicable flickers of lights danced in the gym, casting an eerie glow on the untold mysteries within. Yet, the ghosts of Most Holy Trinity extended beyond mere whispers in the shadows. Monsignor Michael May, the church's second priest, was said to linger in his room within the rectory, even after death. Now designated as guest quarters, the chamber remained untouched, as no priest dared to make it his own. However, the most chilling tale within the church's history unfolded in 1897. George Stelz, the church sexton and bell ringer, met a tragic end within the vestibule's confines. His blood stained the stairway leading to the bell tower, marking the scene of a heinous crime. Parishioners attested that Stelz's spirit still wandered the halls, his presence heralded by the occasional unexplained ringing of the church bells. As the shadows of Most Holy Trinity Church whispered the stories of the past, the sacred ground held secrets that transcended the passage of time. The phantom bell ringer and the restless spirits within the walls continued to weave a tapestry of the supernatural, leaving the faithful and the curious alike in awe of the mysteries lingering within the sacred sanctuary. Nestled beside the hallowed grounds of Arlington National Cemetery, where presidents, astronauts, and the nation's fallen heroes found their eternal repose, Old Post Chapel emerged as a silent witness to the ghosts of history. In the heart of Washington, D.C., this historic chapel, commissioned in 1933 by the renowned George S. Patton, claimed a space once occupied by the U.S. Army outpost Fort Whipple. Beyond its contemporary roles as a community worship center, wedding chapel, and funeral venue, Old Post Chapel concealed a darker, haunted history. The very foundations of Old Post Chapel were steeped in the echoes of American history and tragedy, fostering an environment where paranormal activity thrived. As the moon cast its glow over the chapel late at night, unexplained voices and haunting organ music echoed through the silent halls. Doors and cabinets, firmly locked in the waking hours, swung open without logical explanation, revealing a realm where the supernatural seamlessly blended with the tangible. Within the chapel's sacred confines, apparitions danced in the shadows, adding a chilling layer to its storied past. Among them, the ethereal figure of Mary Ann Curtis Lee, widow of the Confederate General Robert E. Lee, was said to stand sentinel by her husband's memorial. A grief-stricken woman in white, her wailing shade haunted the entrance, forever waiting in vain for her lost love. Legend whispered of her tragic leap from Old Post's bell tower, now inaccessible to the public, shrouded in the secrets it held. Even the loyal K-9 dogs that patrolled the nearby military cemetery, as documented by the Arlington Public Library's website, refused to venture into Old Post Chapel, particularly under the cover of night. The air of terror that clung to the chapel's walls seemed to transcend the boundaries between the living and the supernatural, leaving both humans and animals alike in awe of the mysteries that lay within the haunted halls of Arlington's Old Post Chapel. In the heart of Beaufort, South Carolina, on the eerie expanse of St. Helena's Island, a clearing embraced by skeletal trees draped in Spanish moss cradles the ghostly remains of St. Helena's Chapel of Ease. A structure that once echoed with prayers and hymns, it now stands as a burned-out husk, shrouded in an undeniably spooky atmosphere. Built in 1740 to cater to the worship needs of local planters, the Chapel of Ease suffered the ravages of fire after the Civil War, leaving behind ruins that remained virtually untouched for over a century. As twilight cast its shadows on the chapel's remnants, tales of the supernatural began to unfold. According to the whispers carried by the wind and chronicled on the Beaufort tourism website, Eatsley Play Beaufort, some claim to have heard the ethereal voices of a ghostly choir, echoing hymns of a bygone era. Others spoke of an unshakable feeling of dread that clung to those who dared to step inside the dilapidated structure. Within the Chapel of Ease's graveyard, a mysterious mausoleum held its own haunting tale. Erected as the final resting place of Edgar and Eliza Fripp, the structure bore witness to the brutality of the Civil War. Union soldiers, driven by the lure of treasure, ransacked the couple's tomb. In response, workmen were summoned to seal the mausoleum's damaged doorway with bricks. However, every attempt to secure the tomb ended in eerie defiance. The workers would return to find the bricks neatly stacked by the mausoleum's entrance, the tomb stubbornly refusing to be sealed. As time passed, repeated efforts yielded the same inexplicable outcome. The Fripp mausoleum remained unsealed, a testament to a force beyond comprehension, holding its secrets within the confines of the chapel's graveyard, where history and the supernatural intertwined in a dance that spanned centuries. In the heart of County Limerick, the ancient ruins of St. Catherine's Augustinian Abbey stood as a silent witness to a haunting legacy, dating back to the year 1298. Known among the locals as the Abbey of the Black Hag, this crumbling medieval nunnery held the dubious honor of hosting one of Ireland's most feared hauntings. The abbey, officially decommissioned by Pope Martin V in 1541, carried with it a dark history that went beyond its physical decay. According to records in the Diocese of Limerick, ancient and medieval, the abbey had faced suppression and abandonment by 1428 due to alleged irregularities of the prioress. Whispers among the locals hinted at a sinister truth: black magic and bizarre sex rituals had tainted the sacred grounds of St. Catherine's Abbey. As twilight cast eerie shadows over the dilapidated structure, the legend of the diabolical abbess unfolded. Supposedly, she lingered in the abandoned nunnery, her skin blackened by both the dismal living conditions and the malevolent magic that permeated the air. The abbey, now a mere shell of its former glory, became a chilling testament to a past veiled in occult practices and haunting echoes. Yet, the haunting didn't end with the dark tales of black magic. Another legend intertwined with St. Catherine's Abbey told the tragic tale of the Countess of Desmond. Fleeing from assailants with her husband, the Earl of Desmond, the Countess fell victim to a fatal arrow. In a hasty attempt to honor his beloved, the grief-stricken Earl buried her in a makeshift grave on the Abbey's grounds. The ghostly figure of the Countess of Desmond, however, refused to rest in peace. Witnesses spoke of her wandering the woods surrounding the abbey, prompting an investigation into her grave. The unsettling discovery sent shivers through those who dared to delve into the mystery: she had been buried alive. Regaining consciousness in the suffocating darkness, the Countess had fought desperately for her life, her fingers worn to the bone in a harrowing struggle to escape the confines of her premature grave. As the winds whispered through the desolate ruins of St. Catherine's Abbey, the intertwined tales of black magic and tragic demise continued to cast a spectral shadow over the once holy grounds, where the echoes of the past reverberated with both sorrow and malevolence.
Thank you all for watching, and if you don't mind, please hit that subscribe button so you will never miss any of my newly uploaded videos, and kick that like button down below. Thank you.